Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? I am on vacation in Pennsylvania, hence the change of scenery. I want to talk to you a little bit about the thief and what I'm going to do with that these days. I talked about the fact that time is precious. I'm not going to have a lot of time to game. And the people I'm going to be gaming with probably won't either. So one of the things I wanted to do with the classes is just make them, any kind of abilities they have a little bit more accessible to people, because we want to get as most bang for our buck as possible. And the thief is one of those guys that sticks out like a sore thumb because in basic, his abilities just don't start out very good. To be quite frank, first, second level thieves, they really just aren't very good at doing very much. Climb is about the only thing, and that's probably even probably overpowered, to be quite honest. A lot of other things, they might be able to do, like use magic items or read scrolls or read languages, don't show up until later. I talked to a lot of people. I talked on forums. I kind of ran a bunch of numbers and what have you. And I finally settled on giving first level thieves a 35% chance of success across the board with all abilities. And I don't care how we're going to, what kind of mechanic we're going to use it for that, whether it's going to be percentage, whether it's going to be 7 and 20, or whether we're going to say it's going to be like a saving throw or an attack roll, and you have to hit 14 to succeed. Don't really care. Same number. And then I wanted to use the ability score modifiers, because we're using the basic ability score modifiers. So if you have a dexterity or intelligence or a strength or whatever skill or ability rather that would be relevant to what you're trying to do, okay, you get to add that modifier or subtract that modifier, as the case may be, from your roll. And basically the reason I wanted to do that is this: I wanted to give them a fighting chance, so to speak, and make their starting abilities pretty close to what the starting abilities for other characters would be when they attempt to do something. Because to be honest, first level fighter, he's not going to be fighting people that are the lowest armor class, but he's going to be fighting people where his attack rolls are probably going to be successful about 35% of the time. So I wanted the thief to start out around the same area, and then every level thief skills get better by 5%. If I have a player that wants to customize their thief, then we can talk about that. I'll take that when it shows up. But I wanted to keep it ultra simple, for characters that aren't thieves. Of course they can try to do anything that a thief could do, the thief abilities we think about. But, for the most part, just give them a 1 in 6 chance. And that's fair. That's like a 16, and 2/3%. So that's pretty good. And, people want to be able to improve at something. We'll talk about that when that time comes. But the idea is I want it to be ultra simple, really easy to implement, but at the same time give them a better chance of success than you normally think of. And you run the numbers on that. You give a 5% chance increase over time, and per level, and that still tops out at around 14th level, just like it would in normal, like BX basic. So for me it works out. It's a lot cleaner, it's a lot simpler, it's a lot easier to remember, and you're just hitting a target number, just like a saving throw. That's probably the mechanic I'm going to use, to be quite frank. So that's it, because I want to make things fun, and we just don't have a lot of time, so we might as well get down to it.